Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. Hallo ihr Lieben hier in Brahma. So good to see you all. So exciting also.
Bonjour à tous. Est-ce qu'on m'entend aussi?
Oui, très bien, monsieur.
Ah, c'est magnifique. Ça parle français. So we can
Oui,
speak French, everyone.
we could confuse our translators and just speak French.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Merci, merci, merci. Welcome, everyone. Let's wait a little bit to allow people to join.
yes. And also allow people to find the translation. So we have German, deutsche Übersetzung. Da kann man unten auf Übersetzung klicken, auf Translation. We have the same for Albanian, so you can press interpretation. So the same for French, also. Aussi,
Yes. Alors en
aussi.
français. En français, donc vous avez la traduction sur un petit onglet qui ressemble à un globe, en fait. C'est écrit interprétation et vous cliquez sur français pour avoir la traduction. So Martin, I can see as well the planet, I mean the globe. Can you see it on your side as well?
Oui,
Parfait.
yes, I turned
C'est
it on.
magique. C'est magique. This is magical. So everyone. Alors pour les Français, à côté de l'onglet réaction, vous avez un petit globe, c'est écrit interprétation. Vous cliquez dessus et vous sélectionnez sur français. Est-ce que c'est bon? Est-ce que Ruth, Jeanne, est-ce que vous pouvez me faire un petit signe? C'est good, parfait. And you can say it as well.
Très bien. Das ist sehr gut. Schön.
C'est good.
Sehr gut.
Good, c'est
Très
good.
bien. Mhm.
Um, so, bienvenue tout le monde. Welcome everyone. So we will start. We may have a few people joining in the meantime. Just to let you know that, okay, I have to speak slowly as well. Just to let you know that we have also a YouTube channel with a live transmission or, at the same time. So I think that, Martin, you posted it on different groups, including maybe on this chat. All right.
Yeah, I
So,
can put it into the chat also. So if you have friends who are having troubles to come in, there's the YouTube link to join.
to join. Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm just going to repost as well this link to a few people so we can kick off and start straight away. Voila. All right, so it's my pleasure to
No,
welcome.
it's my pleasure.
My pleasure. Just before we start, I have like, do we need to register, confirmer? No, it's okay. It's already registered. So my absolute pleasure to welcome and to welcome Martin Vale. We've been working together on what we call outreach. So outreach, it's a way to go out and serve and introduce specifically Tao calligraphy to companies, art galleries, museums, schools, organizations, and much more. So we connected, like that. Martin has always been quite effective in reaching out, people, I would say opening people's hearts and souls. And with a very, I would say, soft manner. So I've been quite touched, I would say, by Martin, by his flexibility. It's very easy to work with him, very easy. And at this occasion, I thank the divine, the Tao, the source, Master Sha, to be able to work with Martin because it's, sometimes you meet with people in your life and it just flows. It's flowed like this, easy. So it has been like that. And on top of this, Martin is quite someone discreet, to my view. Okay. Why? Because Martin does a lot of work outside. So reaching out communities. You've seen, for some of you, you've received Martin biography with multiple doors opening. We do have some people from Albania here. We have people from Germany. We have people from India, or maybe not here, but you know, Martin managed to open people's heart and souls. And basically, what you can see, what you can feel is that regardless of the community, the love, the care, the compassion is there. And this is something that I've always felt. And I thank you, Martin, for this inspiration. Because, you know, on this journey, we can be a teacher. And sometimes we may not, you know, translate what we say in full because we are human. But Martin, I would say, is a very good example of discretion, power, you know, soft power. We need that. And also care. So welcome, Martin. Very happy to have you here and to do this workshop with you.
Thank you so much, Emerick. And yeah, you know, it's also the same pleasure for me. So many things where we are connecting, and of course our past in developing outreach strategies and over the years. And I always admired you. Like I'm more the one who is not really thinking about what I'm doing, and I'm just moving on. And on the way, I realize, oh, it might be that I need some structure. And then I always think about you. and that's where you really helped me a lot. Like when Amadea started to work in Albania and Kosovo, and we had the moments where we saw each other. Okay, we can present Tao healing modalities, Tao calligraphy at universities and in business organizations. Then I knew you had something, you had developed something. That's what I always admired. All these very strategic and organized way of presenting what we are doing with all the knowledge in it, with all the love in it. So this was one of the moments where actually all you did helped me a lot, helped us a lot in opening doors, because you had these beautiful presentations and the structure, how to present what we are all doing. And then I admired you always from a distance, what you did in London, how to open this, I think, wellness hub in around 2019, what I remember, and then also bring it during the COVID time in an online way. And so, yeah, I feel so much joy to connect with you.
Thank you. And today we are here together to use our experience to share with others how to serve. Because the journey, it's not always an easy journey. Or not always, because you have to open doors, and we will share that with you, you know, as a healer, as a master teacher, as a parent, as like a human being. If you are on this path of service, it's important to basically open doors, open people's hearts and souls. And this is basically something that we will share today. Your experience, my experience, with some wisdom. And I am happy for you to kick off.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, I already now feel it could take even days what we could do now together, to that there's so much that we could join together and share together. Because yeah, there are so many ways we can serve, and there's so much positive experience we could get from the last years. And that's, I think, in both our hearts. You have this beautiful heart of service and compassion for people, and this inner drive to touch people's heart. And yes, looking forward to start it, and we will flow on the way. And also we'll invite you at the end at something special that comes in the next months.
And we have a few comments, if we may, like just to start. Okay, so Florette, if you have some issues, maybe you can ask. So the globe is next to reaction. Okay, the globe is next to reaction icon. All right. People say hello, hello, hello from Guadeloupe. Ingrid, You don't see the globe. So some people, for some reason, they don't see the globe. Okay. So maybe it's a time to practice English. No.
Yeah, it might be on the cell phone. If you're
Oh,
on
yeah.
the cell phone, it might be that you have to, yeah, switch a little bit and see if there are menus to click on.
Alors, je vais traduire pour ceux qui n'ont pas la traduction. C'est sur le téléphone, vous avez peut-être à parcourir le menu et aller à un moment donné, à cliquer sur le plus et là, vous allez voir le globe. Merci, merci pour Monique. Here again pour Monique. Essaye de voir si tu vas sur le côté pour voir le globe et tu cliques. Voilà. OK, so we can start.
Thank you so much.
And Diana put something in Dutch as well.
Yeah, she's asking if the German translation is easy to hear or good to hear.
Okay, so people, you can come
Hans in
on.
German.
Yeah. And also, you know, French people who can access to the globe. Is it okay? Can you hear us very well? Alors, voilà. I think it's good.
That's good. So let's start then. And I was just reflecting on my start now. So actually, it's I could celebrate anniversary this year because it must be 30 years of doing service, of doing business. So immediately after starting my studies in Austria here in Graz at the University for Economics, I started to be self-employed. So I'm self-employed my whole life actually. And through that, I realized so much. It was a good learning curve starting in a field which did not exist before. So actually, the people I met together, we built up a new industry. It was the industry of financial consulting. So there was only banks before. There were only banks before. There were no consultancies around, and we developed all that. So we developed an idea how to serve best if people have the need in finding financial solutions. So this was very interesting because it was not known before. And that reminds me on the situation, maybe what we are doing now with spiritual healing, spiritual services. For some of the world out there, some people out there, it's not really known, it's not really easy to understand. So through all that pathway, I discovered that it's all about the connection with the people. So it's all about your inner motivation, what is inspiring you, and mostly also if you have a really true heart for service. That's one major message that I am carrying on over the years. I always wanted the best for the people connecting with me. This was also the point when I left the financial industry. So because I felt, okay, I cannot give that much, I cannot do all that which is in my heart. So I focused then after some years on personal development because I felt, okay, I can do more there and am not dependent on other influences in the financial markets. But it was always good to learn to see, okay, you can really do something special if you want to serve. And this is something we like to share with you also. Find your pathway of service, find your pathway, whatever comes from your heart. And it's usually part of this gift that life gave you on the journey. So you had your educations, you had your business experiences, you had your favorite things you do privately, and all that leads to special gifts that are inside you. And out of these gifts can come a huge service for the people around you. And this is always what I felt. Like I saw also my wife Amadea, she really literally also moved for some time to Albania. And I saw her serving there, and I thought, from a business perspective, that's not really working because there is not so much income, how to make the living. And she was just serving. But what happened out of this was a huge breakthrough for both of us, actually. So I'm, of course, endless grateful to her because some doctors in Kosovo saw what we are doing and recommended us to a university in Sri Lanka. So we've been invited 2022 to a very special, the 60th International Congress on Holistic Medicine there. And this was a huge breakthrough. So why I'm sharing it is because it came out only from Amadea's heart of service. She also only was giving without any idea of or any wish to get something in return, but heaven will always reward that. And at this conference, it was very special because we could meet many doctors from more Asian regions. It was very special for all of us here who were learning the wisdom of Dr. Master Shah because it was very interesting. We came there and they asked before some questions online. Could you send us, please, your academic history? Could you send us, please, if you're doing some research? And luckily, together with Dr. Peter Hudova, we are doing the Shah research, the Tao research for our healing modalities. And then all of a sudden, we've been awarded with an honorary doctorate degree at this university, just
Wow.
proving Master Shah's knowledge in traditional Chinese medicine. Of course, our academic background, but mine is just economics. So that was really, really amazing for us. We did not expect that. So, and from that on, yeah, I mean, just days ago, I received again invitations to Pakistan, to India. Yes, you could travel the whole time if you start this journey of service and if you position also yourself. That will be also something that we will go through the next months in our program, how to position yourself, how to develop your image. Because if this starts to be created, automatically the heavenly attraction or the heavenly support will start. So I can share with you some images and they help me kind of to deeper understand how powerful it is what Master Shah is offering here for us. So last year I've been invited to a medical conference in New Delhi in India, and there were about 350 to 400 doctors and health practitioners there. And during that, it's not about the honoring, it's more about what happened in this presentation. I mean, in this audience, having the doctors in front of you from all over the world, mostly Asian again, but presenting Master Shah's healing technologies and letting people experience what we are doing, like this beautiful animation, which is connected with Master Shah's book of healing back pain. It was really huge to see how people are reacting, how powerful it is, what we can share with the world, and how appreciated it is that doctors with their great experience already, with their great development already, are able to find something additionally to integrate into their work and therefore healing others in a better way, in an easier way. And of course, as you see here, the explanation of the universal law of Shen, Qi, and Qing was or is always the key element in my keynote speeches around medicine and actually in any aspect of our life, because this universal law can help us to really understand deeper, can really explain everything deeper. And I will explain you why it helps. It's for me a very precious connection, a very precious wisdom behind that is already found in the, I have it here next to me, in the book of the Yellow Emperor, the foundational book of traditional Chinese medicine. It's always there, but it's not really explained in a way that Master Sha is explaining today. So this law of Shen Qi Qing, this universal connection of message, energy, and matter really helps me everywhere to explain better what we are doing and where we can serve. So the first approach is always to explain, okay, yes, modern medicine is great. Modern medicine works on a Qing level. Traditional medicine is also another deeper level because it works on the energy level. But there's even more. We would call it information medicine. Like in Europe, there are already like organizations, they call it information medicine, that they like to work on this message level. And therefore, this is always a part I'm emphasizing to go deeper. So either in the explanations, what we are doing, but in all communication I have. Because we know that energy is the leader of the matter. So whatever physical reality shows us, there is an energy behind it. There is a certain energy direction behind it. There's a certain quality of energy behind it. So we always know, okay, if there is some positive outcome in life, there's also positive energy moving it. And if we go deeper, we know already the mind has a huge influence to lead, to guide the energy. And you might know it, like if in Europe it's very famous that you can, and it started years ago, that you can kind of wish yourself a parking spot into a crowded city. So you direct your mind to a certain outcome and you are with positive consciousness about it, positive thoughts. But then sometimes it doesn't work because there might be in our heart which says, nope, not at this time or not this direction. And there might be even deeper on our soul level some information which guides us another way. So this to discover and this to be able to explain is always very, very helpful, that there is in everything a certain information behind, and our hearts receives it, our minds starts to use it, and the energy inside of us, or the energy we are giving into a project, starts to transform it and starts to manifest it actually. So this part always helped me a lot to go deeper and to explain what we are doing. And I will give you a very easy example now. And you just could relax and you just could close your eyes. You can observe how you feel. And you might realize there is no Martin without Tao calligraphy. That's where you see my positioning also. I was asked some weeks ago, what do you think? What do you need as a Tao calligraphy teacher? And I could give no answer. Then the question came, what do you think? If you don't need anything, could you share your success? And I said, yes, of course, I can do that. And I said, yeah, everything I do is Tao calligraphy. There is no Martin without Tao calligraphy. So when I'm going into my coachings, I'm writing Tao calligraphy. When I'm going into companies and doing team trainings, it's Tao calligraphy. When I'm going out into galleries, I'm expressing myself more as an artist, so to fit into the artist world, but it's always Tao calligraphy. So the reason you might feel right now. So just close your eyes, please. Open your heart. Open your heart to receive the greatest love of the source. And you just can feel whatever heaven wants to tell you now. So try to feel whatever the message is from the source to you. It might be related to your question of service. It might be related to something in daily life. It might be both, as serving is always the key to progress. So there are people coming to me with family issues or relationship issues, and I'm very often guided to teach about the first part here, which means unconditional. So this Da is just an expression of no expectation, becoming free of certain ideas how life should go. And this unconditional love is also a love that carries an unconditional service within, because if you can give unconditionally and serve unconditionally, like your partner or your family, automatically the heavenly path will lead you wherever it's meant to be. I'm not saying that all relationships can be transformed, but I'm saying that all relationships can go on a positive way to wherever it's meant to be for both of you. And becoming unconditional, loving and caring and serving is always one key. You might also feel my love for Tao calligraphy in it. It's part of the journey. So maybe you had already here a certain realization. And what's happening here is, of course, we know Tao calligraphy carries this highest information, this highest frequency and vibration. So if we are using this heavenly universal tool, we can help ourselves, our family members, the ones we like to serve in a unique way. So this is one part that I wanted to share with you. Like, love what you're doing, channel this divine source love into your life, and then see what follows. That's very, very key in my opinion. So I'm sure, Emerick, I will ask you, Emerick, what's your experience around these points?
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. That was a magical experience. So I followed your instruction. I closed my eyes and I felt. I didn't see you writing, but I felt you writing. And what I felt is the first line, very strong line of the Da. And then the message, yes, this one. And then the message that I received is deeper alignment with your, it was both soul and heart. And that the deeper alignment with the soul and the heart, I mean, my soul and heart, will allow me to go even higher in terms of services. But it was beautiful because it was a line. It was a line. And out of this line, yeah, that one, it was powerful. I was like, wow. And then I opened my eyes. So I must say that it's a very innovative way to teach. You know, this is a realization for me, and I hope for many people here as well, to experience the power of dark calligraphy in such a way. Writing, but as well with the way that you guide us to connect. It's very deep, it's very profound. So thank you.
Thank you, Emerick. I'm very happy on your deep calligraphy wisdom and your realization, because here actually, this is the way where we connect with the source and bring it into you. And if we remember what the Tao means, it's also this human being standing tall and opening wide here is opening our heart. So my personal name and interpretation for this part here is the heart point, because out of this heart point, all the rest of the calligraphy unfolds. So opening the heart here is the key for everything, and then the rest will follow. So it's the opening to our true self, the opening to our soul, and that gives us deeper wisdom, deeper access. Thank you for sharing. Great.
Wow. I think we might need more than 1 hour and a half. It's deep. And thank you for starting with this experience, because I think it's give us to each and every one of us the insight of connecting with your soul, with your heart first, before going deeper in service. I think this is one step, major step. So thank you, Martin.
Thank you. And that it also was the intention of the message that I heard. I should do it like I'm also doing it in my services. So in all my services, and especially in all my outreach activities, I'd like to be as fast as I can into the experience. I'd like to be as fast as I can out of my explanations, out of my words, but more into the experience. Because the experience, because it's not me anymore. It's heaven working through it, and heaven opening the doors, heaven opening the hearts, and then everything, the rest flows much easier when I can people let experience first and as much as I can. That's also one key experience that I had in the past time. So yes, thank you for allowing me to do so. And as I said, the Shenji Qing law is something that really helps me a lot, helps all of us a lot, because that's the explanation why calligraphy works. Calligraphy brings this highest Shen. Calligraphy calms the heart and mind. So the rest, the Qi, can flow more constructive, more positive. And it's always helpful to use the explanation of Shenji Qing here, as we know. And then I was thinking, okay, what could be another part to share with you? What could be one essence? And one essence comes out of Master Sha's explanation, what is the purpose of life? And we all know it, most of us know it, it's to serve. And what is to serve? To serve is to make others happier, to make others healthier, maybe, to uplift others, and to help others towards their goals. So one aspect can be, when you are thinking about your service, that you think about, okay, what do people need? So if you want to develop your service or start your service, not only think about what you are having, because what I'm having is also limited. I'm happy that Emerick is here, because then we are having more. So we combined can do much more. That's also a key for success. But also start in your service way of, okay, what do you see around you? What are the people missing? Where is the pain of the people? Or where do they have challenges to meet something, to meet some goals, to meet some whatever. So in this way, I always was interested in general what is the society, where the society is going to. And there is something I have prepared in my last part of here of my presentation, where I like to emphasize a very helpful idea, which is called the trend map or the mega trend map. This page is in German, but I'm sure you will find it in English too. There are future institutes who are helping us to understand where is the society going, what are the trends there, and very beautiful to see are special parts where actually we are in right now. I mean, there are many ways where you could offer your service. It could be that you are more here on this pathway. Okay, I can help people more in the working environment. Then you could have a look. Okay, what are the topics that were there over the last months and years? So, okay, we came from a time of work-life balance. Then it came this Corona time, remote work started. Then again, different parts started here. And the same thing is on the trend of health. So Gesundheit means health in German. So also in health, we are coming from a part where people started to understand, okay, plant-based health might be good. Life quality should be a focus in health. Then awareness and mindfulness practices would be good. Then something that I missed, I'm sorry for that, was something, a trend which is called femtech. So it's something if you're more into developing technical things, that there are very special needs of women. So there is a very special support for the group of women, like with their life circles and the monthly things, what women are experiencing, and so you can offer very special service. And then detoxing came up, and now the latest trend in the health area, for example, is holistic health, and that's actually what we are doing here. We are offering this holistic health and holistic approaches. So you could look in different trends, in different ways of our life. Like one way is the so-called silver society. That's the aging part. So people with a kind of advanced age, what do they need? There is the ecological part. Maybe you see some names that do something with you. Something also very interesting for me. There is also a sector of doing of becoming more individual. That's also a trend, but not only how to do it myself is a trend. So to learn what I'm doing, but also again, there is coming this wish for doing something together. So there is a we culture to doing things together. Still learning for yourself how to do it by yourself. I guess that also this special Corona time brought with it that we were all starting to be interested about health. What can I do for myself? And at the other end of the health trend, you can see it again here. So it is self-optimizing, a part of the newest trends in health. And taking these trends into consideration, it will always help you to see, okay, where do you find your passion? Where do you feel you like to offer your service? Because, for example, in the health field, it's kind of difficult to say I don't earn money because, and this might be a huge number for us, but the field here has $1.8 trillion of market value. So, of course, it's online, some parts. And still, this health and wellness market is huge. So it might make sense for you to think about if you'd like to offer services in health and well-being, to do it online also, because the market is there. It's only about how do you reach the audience out there. So I just wanted to go into that a little bit to see, okay, there is something really real life stuff behind it we can think about and include in our considerations on how to offer service, how to develop it, and how to progress with it. Any thoughts about from your side?
I think, well, I love your presentation. So I'm learning every day. And what it gave me in terms of insights is for all healers present here. So we are talking about $1.3 billion of market value, right? This is hope for everyone who is willing to make a difference in this time. And especially when the technology evolution is just amazing in the sense of impact in our life. We are talking about AI. AI will have an impact as well in terms of facilitating our life, health issues, and so on, medicine. And yet, I think that us as human beings, we will have to make some choices in terms of where we would like to go in the future. Well, and this is now that we need to prepare this, because in 2 years, 5 years times, 10 years times, the world might be quite different from now. So when I see this market value, $1.3 billion and probably even more. Trillion, sorry.
1.8 trillion.
0.8 trillion. It's just mesmerizing in terms of how we can serve people, others, whether it's from Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyana, Albania, Germany, France, UK. So the market is there. Of course, there is a way to assess it, to evaluate it. And the good news is that Master Sha helps us to basically do something, having the power to make people's being happier and healthier. And what you show in terms of your presentation as well, medicine, so like modern medicines, you get like energy medicines, information medicine. It's quite important because it clears like a clear idea in terms of how we can present this to the world, to other people who are not familiar with it. So I think it's hope for everyone. So thank you. Thank you, Martin.
Yes, definitely. And it could create a little bit of inspiration. Like I would know for Austria, there's so much funding here and there's so much support to develop something new. And if we go into these new ways, we can include all what is there already. So talking about holistic health is the message to include everything. I was invited by an Indian doctor it went fast, some months ago to co-write a book. And I took some days and I wrote 70 pages about diagnostics in traditional Chinese medicine. And of course, I used modern ways to get my resources. And that creates even faster progress. So if you are using all these modern technologies to get your support in the background and then develop it further, can be very successful. Like there are systems already that are building your website automatically. And there are systems already that are creating videos for you and whatever. So we maybe should, I'm also not the biggest fan of artificial intelligence, but I still feel I should not neglect it. So I should see how it could benefit what we are doing and make our life easier, because it definitely makes it. So this is something, yeah, if someone feels in the heart that it feels beneficial for you, that you'd like to join our 3 months program that we will present later. I'm sure we will go also into all these aspects. Where can we be supported to bring our service, our presentation of our service on a new level? Because it's not that challenging and difficult as it might be in our mind.
And also, you know, the map that you show, it reminds me the in the first place, the tube map of Paris.
Yes,
That's
for me.
that's how it is presented. When you look at it a bit further, you realize that it's not about that, but it's about connections.
Yeah.
And you have like cross lines as well, which is quite powerful as well.
That's
So
also quite interesting.
I believe that such a tool, such a concept, because it's a way to, you know, to conceptualize things, will definitely help people who are seeking their way, their path. Where shall I go? Okay, health. Yeah, but as you showed, you can go deeper, you know, whether it is workplaces, technologies, you have even gender changes, I think, the way it was mentioned. Yeah, because this is a new reality. This is, you know, the reality for many people. So how do you embrace that? How do you maybe support people in such a way? So yeah, I think it's definitely going to support everyone and each of us to identify where we are, where we would like to go, with the perspective as well of a changing world around us. AI for me, it's a big, I would say, change. It will have impact. It's not about making fear. It has already, but it's more like, how can I be prepared to use it? I mean, first of all, to know it, to use it, and first to know myself, and eventually to become maybe more human. Let's leave the AI doing the stuff in terms of admin, creation of website, and so on and so on, creating some, you know, nice letters, wordings, and so on. But what about me? Care, compassion, love. How can I embrace that? How can I radiate that around me? And probably this is where there will be more than 1.8 trillion, but much more market value. So
Yeah,
thank you.
exactly. So, and I also see that it's all again there with this intelligence side. I mean, I can develop my emotional intelligence also. That's also something key in working with people. And in the German world, it's easier to explain it because in the German world, the AI is called KI, because künstliche Intelligenz, so artificial means künstlich with K. And the nice part is that the cosmic intelligence also starts with K. So it's also something that we can develop further. Yes, having this artificial intelligence is good, might be a great help, but don't forget your cosmic intelligence, don't forget your soul intelligence, your emotional intelligence, because that's all part of a holistic being that you are. It's all part of what can help you further. And especially the spiritual aspect in service. And with that, I'm ending. I'm over time. I'm sorry. The spiritual aspect is that when we are helping someone with something to make this person happier and healthier, then there's always something coming back wherever it comes from. It doesn't have to be from this person that we're helping. It's always also heaven giving you a lot when we are doing that. So this is something always very important to understand, that if I want or can focus on the one that I'm helping, I actually don't have to don't need to take care so much about what I'm getting back, because heaven will always help me. That was my example before with this pathway to Sri Lanka and India. Then, because of Amadea's great service, of her unconditional service, heaven was opening things I could never dream of. Like 3 years ago, I was not thinking about talking with doctors, not thinking about receiving degrees in this field. It was never on my mind plan, but obviously on my soul plan. And because of the unconditional service, heaven was opening these pathways. And I'm also sure, so for my health, if I observe my health and the life situations, and also the flow of wealth, of positive material things, it's always related to the aspect of service here. And I always realize, if I only focus on that, of course, there needs to be some self-love, some self-care, no doubt. But in general, as a business perspective, I only can give the focus that I'm serving to. So heaven will always take care. And we all know we have our challenges in life. And if this is the amount of negative information in a life challenge, we know we kind of need to fill it up with some positive informations. That could be blessings. Okay, yes. Then it's much bigger. It could need more blessings, but also our service is filling up this field with positive information. And at the end, the transformation happens if there is enough positive information there. So that's also a universal principle, where it's, of course, also wonderful to receive support through blessings, but it's also our human part. We can do this Tianren Gaban, this 50-50, where when we are serving, we always doing our part and creating this positive virtue. And at the end, as I mentioned, this former negative information is transformed to something positive. So that's something I like to share at the end, which is also maybe something that could go deeper, because we understand deeper how life works. And that's what I'm so grateful for Dr. Master Sha's teaching, because he is the one, and I did not found any other in the world. I was traveling to the best. I've been a trainer trained by Tony Robbins for many years. I've been traveling with him around the world, and I did many things with him. I had the chance to meet Deepak Chopra and others, and I honor all of them. And I'm so happy, like also for Tony, that he's integrating now more and more spiritual aspects in his performance. But there's no teacher like Master Sha, and this alone, to know that you have Master Sha behind you, to know if you turn on your treasures and you know that you are in his healing channel, it's actually everything.
It's magical.
Exactly.
And it's magical because in the first place, you would need to connect with yourself, your heart and soul. You may do that a bit later, but at some point you will need to do that to see where you're going.
So thank you for allowing me to share this part.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. And I really thank heaven for this for meeting together and for organizing this together, because the way you teach is definitely is compliments to mine. Because now I will show you some slides and everything, which is, as you said, structured, which is flowed as well. It's beautiful, and it shows us that, for those who would like to join our coaching program, we need to have both teachers. It's not another, it's both, because you will need like the love from Martin, the connection from the dark calligraphy, the wisdom behind this, and also a part that I will share now. So thank you, Martin.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to share with you a few slides now. I like to be, you know, Master Sha says, I mean, it's not Master Sha, it's in China, they say one picture, it's like, I think, thousands of words, right? So illustrations is important. And what Martin showed us before was very...
I will jump into, sorry, Emerick, I will jump into the translator role, not to wonder why I'm speaking and you don't hear me, but I will help out with translation.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
if that works, we'll see.
If it works, yeah. So translation in which language?
Yeah. German.
Perfect. Okay, so let me share with you a few slides, summarizing a bit of what Martin shared earlier. So why serving? So Martin mentioned about Tianren. Heavens does 50%, and we also need to do 50%. I won't go too long on this this wisdom, but this is one of the key, basically, to move forward, to progress. It's so important to get some ongoing coaching with, you know, with Martin, with myself, with others, to sometimes remind us that heaven's connection is key. Transforming our life, yes, with service. This is something I would say quite natural. It's part of it. You serve others, and actually heaven's bless you. Forget yourself. It is part of the spiritual journey. I would say even the self-development journey as well, because what we can learn from Master Sha is that ego, so when you think about me, it can be an issue. It's not that I don't need to think about myself, because you are the channel, you are the temple used by heaven to support others. So in a way, we need to honor that. At the same time, we need to be careful about ego. Because when I start to think about me, because let's say someone has challenges, health, relationship, and so on, it can distract you from what you need to achieve. A summary, why serving? Serving brings you spiritual virtue. If you are here for the first time, spiritual virtues, it's like flowers that you receive from heaven. There is something called the Akashic records and also the virtue bank. It's not like it's like your bank account, but it's not the same as you know if you know it. From a spiritual level, you do something right and you get some flowers. You do something wrong, you harm people, hurt people, you get black dots. So it's so important to respect, to honor this wisdom by doing, I would say naturally, genuinely, in order to receive flowers. So you serve, you gain virtues, you create good karma. And eventually, you get success and a better life. And you see that the starting point is service. In order to basically illustrate how it looks like, So it's been like someone is doing great. So let's say that, you're running a great workshop about well-being. You're supporting someone, elderly people, children, others to find their path. Basically, you get virtues like this. You do it again, every day, doing so, every day, every day. But sometimes you fall, you forget others, you may use bad words, you may do not in the sense where your soul would like to go, and you get dots like this, and so on. So in some cases, like perhaps most of us here, okay, I can see someone wrote something. That's interesting. I didn't know we can do that. Audrey, I think you're doing something magical here. So if you do something good, basically, you get flowers. And as you say, as we saw earlier on, you serve, you get virtue. But we are human. We are human. So we may do something right, but at the same time, we may think about something which is not so positive, and we get black dots. So the reality of going up and up and up is not so straightforward. That's why we need to be guided. So if you do very well, here we go, this is beautiful, right? But you can as well balance it with negativity. And in the end, you get something balanced. It's like, okay, I don't really move up, down, but I'm kind of doing plateau. And this is not something that we would like to do. We like to gain flowers and eventually change our life. So the question now is how to serve, where to start. Martin started to give amazing tips. Connection to your heart and soul. This is the main point. In our society, we don't really talk about, not much about soul. We talk about the soul when someone will pass away or passed away. We talk about soulmate. We talked about, so in French we say artiste dans l'âme. So we like, you are art soul. I don't know how to say it in English, but like soul artist maybe. It means that you have a deep connection with what you say, what you're doing. But it's quite unusual to talk about soul. So Master Sha brings this wisdom about soul first, and how to serve. Connect with your soul. Get out of your comfort zone to learn and grow. As an example, just before this meeting today, so Martin and I, we connected, and Martin taught me how to do things very differently. So we use a YouTube channel, we use different options never used before, and I was like, wow, it's quite a lot. So I am giving this example to hopefully inspire everyone to be out of his comfort zone. Comfort zone is like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to trust. We come back to the trust. Trust heaven, trust yourself. So I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, getting out of your comfort zone, it's part of the journey. I would just pause on that here. It's part of the journey, because the deep transformation can only happen if you get deep inside. You accept to see yourself as you are, with the goods, with the not so good, and you say like, okay, the not so good, closing my eyes. Okay, people are saying things to me. You know, sometimes people, one person say this, just other people say that. But let's say another person says the same to you. Another person says, I say, ah, okay, maybe there is something here. The universe would like me to know that there is a perception which is common outside. It does not mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that it's right. But it might mean that, hello, watch out. Watch out, because you may need to transform something. So sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right. So that's why you need to be cautious about that. It's not like, okay, everyone is saying the same thing around me. Let's say that before we were saying the planet is flat. Yeah. Is it round or flat? Most people. And if you disagreed with that, probably that your life will be threatened at the time. At the time. So it was like commonly agreed. But you say, no, it's round. So it's a way to say we should be careful about the words. At the same time, just be yourself. It's like, I am aware of it. I receive a message from multiple people around me, allow me to question myself. Am I right? Am I wrong? Maybe not, maybe yes, maybe no. Am I connected to what I have to do? And perhaps maybe this is what we need to remember and to keep in mind. Am I on my soul journey? To wake up people, maybe sometimes. And sometimes you may go against others. Sometimes to give care, compassion. So connection with your heart and soul is definitely the key. And I'm going to go back to the slide. Here we go. So I put persevere. I hope the spelling is correct. In English, we say you cannot bring the horse to. You can bring the horse to the water, but you cannot make him drink. Sorry for the mistake. Make him drink. Well, heaven can guide you, can give you messages through Martin, through myself, through other people. And this is about the program. Heaven can say to you, yes, you need to go out. You need to serve. You need to make people happy and healthier. They even give you some specific examples. But neither Martin nor I would be able to say like, I am going to do it for you. It's not. This is the only thing we can do. So we will do everything to show you, to inspire you, to boost you with blessings. This is a very specific way to coach. Spirituality, I would say methodology, concepts, as Martin showed us. Very good. Just one second, I'm just going to stabilize my camera. I'm sorry. And also self-connection. So persevere, persevere, persevere. So the journey, you will fall down. It's not for people, you may feel like it's not a good news, but I would say, yes, it's good news, because heaven thinks about me. If I don't fall down, I will not learn. If I don't learn, I may not progress. But fortunately, Martin and I will support to make it easier, because when you are supposed to go, you see my camera. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I have a very sensitive camera.
We just
Okay.
want you like closer. It's like
Well, I think now it's good. Okay. What I was saying. So when you need to go, let's say that your soul wants to go here towards the forgiveness. Forgiveness. And basically you're going there. You're not going this way, you're going that way. Heaven, so if your soul is really committed to that, heaven may, so the universe may, your soul as well, may give you some sign, strong signs to say, wake up. Wake up, it's not your path. On the other hand, if you are on your path, you may have also some tests to go even higher. So you see, whether you are or you are not on your path, there is wake-up calls and tests. So it's part of the human journey. Right, so let me go back to this. Anything you would like to share, to say, Martin, on that? Are you doing the translation? Or?
no, I'm there with you. Diana is again here. Yes, I mean it was is very special. So to go this soul guided journey needs this inner peace to be able to listen. So that was what was I'm admiring for, like, also about you before. Like, we had not much time to prepare, and we had some questions. How could we solve it? And you stayed very peacefully. Okay, let's see how we can solve it. And this kind of also a quality that we all can help each other to develop further, to have more inner peace, even if in these challenging situations where we are from one moment to another, maybe out of our comfort zone. Okay, it needs this inner peace to listen, okay, and to understand where is heaven guiding me to which kind of solution, which pathway is the one that heaven wants me to go now. So yeah, very important. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. And I will jump on this to say that the more and more I get that we need to connect with the silence. So we don't always need to reply to people, to get like, okay, in the response straight away, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, let me take the time. Take the time to basically connect with myself, to dissipate some challenges, maybe emotional challenges, maybe some negative thoughts, and more. So I think that's very key to do so. All right, so nearly getting there. Okay, so now just wanted to touch base with you regarding one experience, Chiswick Business Park. So it's one of the major projects in London that we managed to complete, basically to achieve, in the sense that we introduced some well-being practices there with Master Sha's wisdom. So calligraphies, but also with body tappings, stretchings, and so on. So here you can see the Chiswick Business Park in London, which is quite amazing. Isn't it? Like a combination of green inside and also modernity, water inside, a lake, so beautiful concept. And here we were outside doing some body tapping exercises, first time for me, but you know, my soul guided me to do so, and I felt very comfortable. Comfortable and so sometimes uncomfortable. Most of the time before starting, let's say a new class or something new, you feel like, you know, the stress and, you know, the doubt. But when you are in it, you just do what you have to do. So here, this is the manager of well-being with Hilal and myself. So Hilal and myself, we were offering some well-being classes, and we touch base with Carly. But the interesting part, and with that, is that before getting to this point, we started not only once to get in touch with Carly and the well-being, let's say, department. Once, no response. Twice, no. Third time, okay, what are we doing? Are we going to pursue or not? Fourth time. So basically we call. Then we send, we call multiple times. One time, two times. Third time, I said to my colleague, to Hilal, I say, what about sending an email? Okay, no response. Can you imagine? Okay, so maybe we should give up. But we ask heaven. And we were guided also by David Lush. Let's say, okay, David, what shall we do? Okay, let's do some blessings. You see, blessings, then perseverance. And eventually, so we went on sites. We went on site even. Okay, is she available? No, she's not there. Wow, what shall we do? Eventually, with blessings, with perseverance, she said, yes, but I'm so busy. She's someone extremely busy. And she said, yes. So we organized a meeting. You see, I prepared some PowerPoints. We met, and basically the contact was amazing. And he said, yes, you can basically come here. So she organized a well-being week for 5 days with hundreds of companies. And at the first time, for the first event, we were like everywhere. So Master Chef, like us, we were everywhere. Every day we were there. So that was amazing. But the lesson from that is trust, bless, perseverance, work as a team. I was not alone. I was working with Hilal. I was working with David as well. Very connected to heaven to say like, okay, what shall we do? Shall we still do it? Because sometimes it could be inappropriate to insist like that, especially in the UK. People, if they don't reply to you, it means thanks, but no thanks. So where do you stand? Okay. I don't know about, in Germany, in Austria, in the Netherlands. I don't know, but, in most countries, sometimes if you don't answer.
Well, in like what I learned in my experience and in all that what trainings that I give in German, it might be a little bit different. It's the word nein for no. And it's just a shortcut, that NEIN, for just another information necessary.
Say it again.
Another information necessary.
Okay.
So, and this is where my approach always comes from. Like, it's kind of playful. And of course, I totally agree. We need to check with heaven. Is it the right time? Is it appropriate? But I always have this playful mood inside of me. Okay, how could I open this? Okay, you're reacting like this. Okay, let's see. Is it the right timing? Should I wait? But what information would you need? What experience, so that we can move on?
Yeah, so it's a different way to work with heaven, with the blessings, with, I would say, the channeling. So it changed my life because, as Martin to Martin, you started to work, always been a self-employed, but working with corporations, with, of course, a minimum of structure, isn't it?
Yeah, I was always lucky that I had partners that gave me the structures.
And I have partners who can give me even more insight from heaven. So you see a right balance. So we were both in this field. We are still in it, not in the same way, but it was more like pragmatic, rational, everything planned and so on. more and less, of course. And we started to do it in a different way, from heart and soul, from the calligraphy as you show it. It's a beautiful experience. So, okay, so Nadia, is there a specific way to check with heaven? Yes, there are ways. If you are a dark calligraphy practitioner, ways. If you're not, I think we will need to give some specific guidance on that. Of course, signs. I would say signs. Sometimes people get messages from their dreams. Sometimes we call it synchronicity as well. Carl Gustav Jung say like synchronicity. You will get some messages from different people, different situations, but we can definitely develop this more.
I mean, it's also the way of meditating. And what you mentioned before, that you find your personal way of coming into silence, coming into peace. And then you feel that this space opens, this space of peace, of stillness. And into this space, you give this question. And then you just feel what answer is there. So what we are doing, we are teaching, singing your soul song. We are teaching different ways of connections. But whatever way leads you into peace and into your heart connection, into stillness, could give you a way to listen what the message is. And you always, what you said also, Emerick, is you always can ask heaven, please show me. Mm-hmm. Heaven will show you. And in the funniest way, like it could be an advertisement sign. And then I was walking in the city and I, really? That's the answer? And then I received, yes, that's the answer.
I learned it from different people to ask. And I remember in London, so someone very connected, with a very advanced third eye, said, okay, during the blessings or during the workshop, I ask, can you show me? Can you show me? And sometimes you need to ask multiple times. So don't be scared to ask again and again. If you don't see anything, you don't feel anything, trust and ask. Okay, so we are keep going. Let me do that. Okay, voilà. All right, so open doors, and we'll finish with this illustration. How to open doors. This is basically a summary of course, it's a way to summarize what Martin and we've been through and what we have learned from Master Sha. In the middle, this triangle, the foundation. Inside, embrace your qualities. It requires to know yourself. There are different ways to do that, and meditation is one key. Calligraphy as well is another one. Embrace your quality, and even before that, know your qualities. You can start with that. Then around, so outside you, but connected to you, you will have different qualities like belief, trust, compassion, confidence. Confidence to be yourself as well. Confidence to be who you are. Because people may not agree with what you do, what you say. If you're talking about love, it's not always accepted by the mainstream, not in such a way. So confidence, care, and love. All of this, it's around you, but also inside you. And I would say that the three key elements, so the points of the triangles, connect with your true self. This one is at the top. Doesn't mean that it's better or it's higher, but it's about who you are. It's about, so Martin also mentioned something quite important. It's about your branding. It's a nice way. I mean, I'm not sure whether you say it in such a way, but it's like how you present yourself. The way you present yourself will depend on who you are. what is your true self. And you remember with the different maps, that will support you to go in a very specific direction. Then service to others. As Martin mentioned at the beginning, you give, you give, you give, you give, you give, you give. And there was, heaven at the top, supporting the relationship, supporting you as well, supporting the service. And the last but not the least, spiritual practices. In my experience, these three elements or components are the pillars of the success. Yourself, service to others, and also our service to others, it means like action. I'm doing something. I am in the action. I'm thinking about someone else. And on top of that, the spiritual practices means that you are aligned with heaven and you maintain this alignment with specific practices. And someone was asking, but how to do that? How to connect to, how to check with heaven? This is part of the practices. This is part of your evolution and evolving. Would you like to share anything, Martin?
I can share my gratitude. So amazing, so greatly explained, yeah. Because I also remember when I'm doing outreach, it's always following your intuition, which is your connection to your true self. It's always asking heaven to support you, to guide you. And then when I'm there, I'm only interested in how could I help the one that I'm talking with. I'm asking questions. What are you doing? What are your business goals? What are your projects right now? What are the connections you are having right now to support you? So I try to open or go into as wide as I can into the field to understand in which way could I support best. And I think that's key. Like if you bring the service focus up front, that's the best way to go and to open a door, whatever will follow up after that. And it might be just a connection for you, which is beautiful to have, but it might be even more. And the more beautiful connections you're having, that they remember you as one is there for you to serve, to help, the more you will grow and the more you will succeed with all your projects you are having.
Thank you. And I would say that I would give an example. Serving others also sometimes it means you are interested in what they are doing. And I'm going to take, the Shaolin Temple in London, Young Living in London. In both cases, so Hilal, so my colleague and I, what we did, so we attended a class. I attended a class at the Shaolin Temple. It's not because I wanted to pretend anything. It's because I was interested. I've always been doing some martial arts since, I was young. And I'm like, yeah, I would like to try. Let's go for it. Young Living, exactly the same. I'm very interested, you see, in essential oils, always there with me. And I became a member of Young Living before offering some classes there. Not because I was, it was a strategy. No, it's because I am interested. And I became a member of the Shaolin Temple long term and also a member of Young Living. And in both cases, offering some classes. So it's a way to give examples that when you are open to people, interested in others, you can make a difference. In Martinique, for instance, you can, serve in what we call club service, you know, same thing, but generally, because sometimes people may feel like, okay, it's good to be there because I have some connections and so on. Yes, it's true, but I think it's when it's genuine service, it's not the same. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you, oh yeah, the program. We are talking about the program now. Just one sec, sharing, go, voila. A quote that I like to share, nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You see, care, care, care. You may know everything, doesn't really open people's heart and soul. Not everyone's heart and soul. So Roosevelt, to my view, was very, very right in this. Okay, so now the 3-month program. So Martin and I, we decided to, you know, it was not planned. Nothing was planned. Basically, we started to talk about the program and we say like, wow, but there is lots. Can we summarize everything in 1 hour and a half, even 2 hours and a half? It might be a lot of information and then you don't know how to apply it. You don't know how to integrate it in your life. So, you know, we came up to that conclusion that maybe it might be good, appropriate to offer a program. So you see Martin's Heart and Souls reflecting with the calligraphy, with the teaching as well, the way you guide people. Also, I have my way, complementary way, I hope. So we are combining our qualities to serve you because we realized how much our life have changed. It's a life changes. It's not like pretending like, okay, I'm better of doing this. No, it's like I am where I should be. And we would like the same for you, to be where you should be. And sometimes it means that, you know, like Martin was in front of doctors, you know, you don't say, you know, nonsense things in front of doctors. You have to be smart, precise. You have to convince. You have to open people's heart and souls in your way.
And believe me, I was prepared.
Yes, you had. So, you know, we have to get out of your comfort zone. Always, always, always. And here we go. So the program, it's about that. It's about basically connecting to your true self. I mean, find your life purpose. Access to transformative practices. It could be spiritual. It could be as well coaching. Receive coaching. Indeed, coaching is not the same. Confidence, the key. Blessings. This is a major aspect also of Master Sha's teaching and evolution. Blessings, blessings, blessings. How can I transform negative information into positive information? And surprise, an e-learning platform. What does that mean? It means that you will be able to go on the platform and access to basically lessons, coaching, and much more. Maybe protocols as well. So something in writing that we can upload. So the plan, I mean, of course, like in nutshell. Weekly coaching sessions split in two groups. In two groups, yes, but making sure that both Martin and I can coach you, because as you say, it's complementary. I mean, it's complementary. No, it's like different approach, yin and yang, and we need that to evolve. And Martin and I, we need it as well to learn from each other. Masterclass to close the program. There will be a masterclass with everyone who have registered to close the program, also with Martin and I. Replace through a e-learning platform. So if we talk about a weekly coaching session, so basically coaching sessions for 1 hour, if you get like a proper coach, and Martin is doing it, I am doing so as well. Usually it's between, I would say, 150 to 300, even plus per hour. We are talking about euros. I just made an estimation here. I say, like, even if Martin and I was offering a coaching for 1 hour for 200 euros, 12 classes in total. Here, masterclass, 1 class, replays available for 6 months. The value would be the normal value, 2,500. Because mainly of those classes, weekly classes by 2 coaches, master teachers, and much more. And basically for this program, Heaven Guidance, it's quite something. So it's not this value. It's about for 3 months, 12 classes, 1 master teacher class, also available. So sorry, replays available for 6 months. We offer it for 450 euros. So basically, it's not the normal value, but it's hard service. The e-learning platform looks a bit like this. Of course, it will be fed as and when needed. You will get some sections here, find your true purposes, transformative practices, coachings, developing confidence, and much more. Another important quote: you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I love that. So Martin and I were very honored to offer, I would say, this hard service. It's not about finances, it's not about availability, because it requires to be available. If you are not available on your side, you can access to the replay. For some reason, if it's not the right time zone and so on, we make it possible. We make it like there is no excuses not to join us on this path, where inevitably Martin and I, we know things, but the good news, it's guided by heaven. So even if you know that you don't know. And as Martin showed us, you will learn through the calligraphies. You will learn deeper wisdom through meditation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I saw some participants also joining today that I'm coaching regularly. And it's so beautiful to see, this experience also. If you see the progress of the ones you're working with, it's the greatest fulfillment. And this is what we like to share with you. Like there is definitely your personal way, and we will help you on this way. And I'd like to give you an amazing example, which I also never thought about. During the COVID time, I was just inspired to connect with the Bhutan Stroke Foundation. I knew that our Love Peace Harmony Foundation was there years ago. They visited Bhutan, and somehow I felt, let's see how they are. And out of that, we immediately started kind of group coaching sessions. And these group coaching sessions were about meditations, about self-reflection, about calligraphy practices, so means lots of blessings, of course. And the interesting part was, I mean, there were not many participants because they would sit somewhere in the mountains with their cell phones and hoping for internet connections. But what happened with the founder was truly amazing. So it was at the beginning of this stage, he just went through, I guess, 1 or 2 years with his wife who suffered from a stroke. And he just had the heart of service inside. He realized there was no support for stroke patients in Bhutan. And he just felt he needs to do something. And now, after, what was it now, 3 or 4 years now of doing these practices together, at the beginning, every week, and after a while, only once a month, everything just was flourishing. And I did some meeting with him. And out of this meeting, I'd like to share you, actually, it was a 10 minutes meeting. And every sentence he said was like, what, really? It was really like, you really mean it? Like, this is everything? That's all? That's what happened? So, I mean, he said, you can read it. I feel much lighter. My wife and my other friends were healed during the COVID lockdown. So he immediately felt this unique support. And he felt also that even online, this meditation were very helpful. The Tao calligraphy program we did was very special. And especially mentally, he felt supported. And I also could feel it, like at the beginning was like very heavy, difficult energies, no, not really some hope, some perspective. But I could feel over the weeks, they started to get stronger, they become stronger, the caretakers become stronger. And not only that, he said also that the bodies became lighter. There was so much stress before. And after taking the sessions, he felt so light, and the foundation started to grow. So that was the very special part. So I know where he's coming from. It was just a one-man idea. And now if you look at his Facebook page, and it's hard to connect with him because he's so busy, because all the doors started to open. So the sessions, the coaching sessions, cleared kind of all the stress, the emotions. The problems started to settle down. The family started to get balanced, and the foundation started to grow. So he said it was amazing. So many things happened at the same time after that. Even he could not believe the biggest things in his life. And he realized it's all because of Tao calligraphy. It's all because of the practice sessions we did. So he developed a great respect for the modalities Master Sha is offering to the world. So at the end, he can say he's doing much better because of all these coaching sessions and meditations. And he's so grateful to receive this support. And whatever he had planned, any door opened, everyone welcomed him. The connection he is having right now are just like worldwide. Doctors are supporting and coming. So it's really amazing what the modalities that Master Sha is offering us is just amazing what can happen. So I'm totally grateful and very happy that we can share it with you to help you on your journey over a special time, being focused there. That's the key. And yeah, I'm more than convinced that we can help you with your heart of service to reach what you want to reach, and even more.
And more. So if you are interested to join this program, the program will start in June. So we will share the link. So there is a way to pay upfront if you are able to do so in full. And if you really cannot, we may be able to do it in 2 times, but it might be a little bit more expensive. Okay. So think about it, but it's a hard service. And usually I think that Martin, I don't know, your packages and everything, but if you get like a number of coaching sessions with me, it's more than that. It's not 12, not 12 sessions with dark calligraphy, with also, some great insight about, the market and more. No, here we are talking about a structured program to support everyone to move forward with two teachers, two approaches, combining more, which is quite unusual. So from my heart and soul, I really invite you to move forward at a time where, the world is moving. The world is moving in a way, especially with AI, but not only with AI, in a way that everyone needs now to really connect deeper to who you are, where you want to go. And this program aims really to start to take, your hands, move forward. Who am I? Where I am on my journey? What are the next steps? And what can I do to manifest greater things in my life through services? Because at the end of the day, Master Sha says, and this is the sentence who opened my heart and soul to Master Sha. Before that, it was open. But when I saw Master Sha, it was in the Netherlands, and he said, the purpose of life is to serve. And I said, this is my teacher. My teacher. Not more service, service, service. So we are here to serve you. We will have also classes translated, so we need to organize that as well. And I would like to thank all the translators here. We have how many? French, 3 languages. I mean, with English, of course, with 3 translated languages: French, German, Albanian. Thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to all of you who take your time to be here to receive from Martin, from and it's always a great pleasure to be here with you.
And I saw also people watching on YouTube. Hello, and thank you so much for being there. I saw about 150 registrations for the Zoom session, so I'm sure some of them would like to see the recordings. Thank you for watching. And Emerick, do you want me to share the link for the program registration, or should we?
Please do. We will send also the link by email very soon. Feel free to ask any questions to Martin or to myself in private. And we are definitely here to serve you. We'll define which day and how we will definitely offer this service. So I hope everyone is still there. I can see Eugénie, Marie, Ruth, Jeanne, everyone from Martinique, but also from Germany as well, from Albania.
I told you this story already. Like, did I tell you? In my kind of doing the school already, I bought a book about Martinique.
Yes, you told me that, but I don't have. Yeah.
And I always had the feeling I just want to go there. So beautiful that we can connect in this way, and I'm sure someday we can meet in person there.
Yes, things are meant to be, and there is definitely a connection. Perhaps one day, I hope, and heaven will decide, whether we can do something here in Martinique, workshop or even other things, because for your information, Martin is in charge also of promoting dark calligraphy in museum, so art galleries and museums. So we may have some maybe opportunities in Martinique, in Guadeloupe, other places, many great things to come. How? Merci. Danke, danke, danke.
Faliminderit, faliminderit, faliminderit. That's Albanian.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, everyone. So you have the link in the chat if you want to subscribe, to register, and we will definitely communicate a bit more before the end of the month to start the program in June. It's been my real pleasure to be here, to learn again and again from Martin, to share and to support as well as I can, and to see you all as well. And I thank you to all participants here who took the time to be here, to connect heart to heart, soul to soul, and also on YouTube, because we are not all here on Zoom, but on YouTube as well. And thank you to the technology. I think we should say thank you to AI, right?
Yeah, I'm having my conversations with it. So, and sometimes I'm asking, how could you be so wrong? Because it makes mistakes in historical research. And so I'm discussing a little bit, but it's always funny to see how these systems are working. So they are good in certain parts, but they're, yeah, there is
Yeah.
still something we should do by ourselves with our normal connections to
Yes,
move.
it definitely brings out what is our purpose as human,
Yeah.
because many things will be delegated to AI. So what makes us human? I think you may have the answer, everyone.
And we will have more time to find out.
How. Have a great day, everyone,
Have a
and,
great day, everyone. Yeah.
and see you soon.
Bye bye, everyone. Love you.
Bye.